This Mobile Geeks video is powered by ASUS.
Hi, Angel here. In front of me is the ASUS Transformer Mini T102. I'm at the Computex 2016 trade show in Taiwan and Taipei. And yes, ASUS introduced here this new 10-inch Windows 10 tablet with a quite interesting design that we haven't seen that much on a 10-inch device. It has the Surface design, at least that's what I call it. It has a kickstand and a keyboard cover, and that's what we know from the Surface series, this time in 10-inch, and obviously we have the Microsoft Surface 3, but we haven't seen a lot of devices in this with this form factor in 10-inch. There are a couple of ones in China, but that's pretty much it. Alright, let's take a closer look at the device. We have a 10-inch display here, 10.1 inch, and what's not so great about it is that it only has a resolution of 1280 by 100, so it's an HD resolution. A full HD panel would have been much nicer. It's an IPS panel, obviously, and the viewing angles are quite good, as you can probably see here in the video. And it's actually quite bright for a device like this. It goes up to 400 nits, so you should be able to work on it quite nicely outside, but obviously the glossy display, like with pretty much all touchscreens, will make a nice mirror as well. Inside runs an Intel Atom X5 processor, and this is actually the new Z8350 that runs at 1.44 GHz like the Z8300, but it can go up to 1.92 GHz. The previous version, the Z8300, only went up to 1.84 GHz. So you might notice a little bit better performance, but not too much. Inside are 2 GB or 4 GB of RAM, and the storage can go up to 128 GB, which is quite a lot for a 10-inch tablet as well. Let's go around the device a bit. We've got a camera here at the top, and that's it, the ASUS logo, but there's no Windows button or anything on the sides. On the bottom we've got the connector for the keyboard dock, or the type cover. Then we have speakers over here, a volume rocker. On the top there's a power button, a couple of microphones, a micro SD card slot, a headset port, a full-size USB port, a micro USB port, and also, no, that's actually an HDMI, and that's a micro USB port. Then we have another speaker over here, and on the back there's no camera, but there's a fingerprint reader, which is quite nice. The position might be a little bit awkward or unusual. It would have been better to have the fingerprint reader somewhere on the sides or maybe on here, but it's on the back. Well, it's better than nothing. At least you can use Windows Hello and unlock the device quite quickly. The build quality is quite nice actually. Everything here is metal. The same goes for the kickstand. And the build quality of the kickstand, it is alright for a cheaper device, which this one will be, but it's not as good as from the Transformer 3 Pro, for example, which is a lot more expensive. And yeah, the build quality is better. I'm sure this will hold up for a while, maybe even a long time, but I just want to mention it. The kickstand, the mechanism, does not seem as polished as the one on the Transformer 3 Pro or the Surface devices from Microsoft. Let's take a look at the type cover, or the keyboard cover, type cover, that's what it's called, from Microsoft. And yeah, it's pretty similar to a normal keyboard cover. We have a nice keyboard, chiclet design. Obviously it's a lot smaller than what you're used to from a normal notebook or something. It's pretty similar to all the 10-inch keyboard docks out there, so if you have to get used to it for a bit, but then you will be able to type on it. The same goes for the touchpad here. It's not the biggest one, but it is alright. It's not the smallest one either for a device like this. What's pretty nice is that it has the same magnetic bar here that Microsoft introduced with the Surface Pro 3. Actually, a couple of other manufacturers now adopted it, and you can just angle it like this, so it's a little bit more stable, and you can type at an angle, so the keyboard is not just flat on the table. That is really nice and makes it a little bit more comfortable to type on it, and also it is a little bit more stable if you have it on your lap, but obviously it won't be as stable as a netbook or a notebook. yeah, we have a ledge here where you can probably put in a stylus, although right now I don't see anything about it, but I'm pretty sure you will be able to write on it with a stylus, well, at least with a capacitive one that you can get pretty much everywhere. On here runs Windows 10, and yeah, I like 10-inch devices with Windows 10. You can actually get some work done, in my opinion, a little bit better with Android devices or iOS devices. Yeah, overall, it is a pretty nice tablet, I think. It's quite light. It weighs under 800 grams, and I think ASUS calls it actually the lightest 2-in-1 PC. That might well be. I'm not familiar with all the weights out there from its competitors, but it is pretty light, and yeah, it's a nice Windows 10 tablet that's also kind of a netbook at the same time. This is a quick hands-on with the ASUS Transformer Mini T102. I'm NJ, thanks for watching.
This Mobile Geeks video is powered by ASUS.